Are you dreaming of working in the United States in 2025? Whether you're a student hoping to start your career, a professional with a job offer, or an entrepreneur ready to launch your own business, you'll need the right work permit to make your American dream a reality. But the US immigration system can be confusing, and the rules keep changing. That's why I've put together this ultimate up-to-date guide to US work permits for 2025, so you know your options, the process, and the best tips for success. What is a US work permit? Let's start with the basics. In the US, a work permit usually refers to the Employment Authorization Document, or EAD, which allows certain non-citizens to work legally. But there are also specific visas that allow you to work, like the H-1B, L-101, and more. The right permit or visa for you depends on your situation. Main categories of US work permits in 2025. Let's break down the most common pathways. 1. Employer-sponsored work visas. These are for people who have a job offer from a US employer. H-1B visa, specialty occupations. For jobs requiring a bachelor's degree or higher, the H-1B lottery is still in place for 2025, with 85,000 new spots each year. The process starts with your employer filing a petition in March, and if selected, you can start work on October 1st. H-1Bs are valid for up to 6 years. L-1 visa, intra-company transfer, for employees of multinational companies transferring from an overseas office to a US branch. L-1A, managers, executives, and L-1B, specialized knowledge, visas are available. O-1 visa, extraordinary ability, for people with exceptional skills in science, arts, education, business, or athletics. You'll need to prove your achievements with awards, publications, or other evidence. TN visa, NAFTA USMCA, for Canadian and Mexican citizens in certain professions. Fast and relatively simple, but only for specific jobs. Second, student and exchange visas with work options. If you're in the US on a student or exchange visa, you may be able to work. F1 visa, students, allows on-campus work and after your first academic year, off-campus work through programs like CPT, curricular practical training, and OPT, optional practical training. STEM graduates can extend OPT for up to 3 years. J1 visa, exchange visitors, includes students, interns, researchers, and au pairs. Some J1 categories allow work, but there may be restrictions and a 2-year home residency requirement after your program. Third, EAD, Employment Authorization Document. The EAD is a work permit for certain non-citizens, such as asylum seekers and refugees, spouses of certain visa holders like H4, L2, A2, DACA recipients. Some people with pending green card applications. EADs are usually valid for 1 or 2 years and can be renewed. Fourth, investor and entrepreneur visas. If you want to start your own business, E2 visa, treaty investor. For citizens of countries with a treaty with the US, you must invest a substantial amount in a US business. There's no set minimum, but $100,000 plus is typical. EB5 immigrant investor. For those investing $800,000 to $1,050,000 in a new commercial enterprise that creates at least 10 jobs. This leads to a green card. 5. Green card holders, permanent residents. If you have a green card, you can work for any employer, start your own business, or be self-employed. Some work visas can lead to a green card through employer sponsorship or self-petition, like the EB1A for extraordinary ability. The application process, step by step. Find out which visa or permit fits your situation. Research requirements and make sure you qualify. Secure a job offer or sponsorship if needed. your employer may need to file a petition with U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS. Gather your documents. This can include your passport, degree certificates, resume, job offer letter, and proof of experience or extraordinary ability. File your application. This may involve both your employer and you, depending on the visa. For EADs, you file Form I-765 with USCIS, attend an interview, or provide biometrics. Some applicants need to go to a U.S. consulate or embassy for an interview. Wait for approval. Processing times can range from a few weeks to several months, so plan ahead. What's new for 2025? Digital processing. USCIS is moving more applications online, speeding up some steps. Higher fees. Application fees have increased for many categories, so budget accordingly. STEM and tech opportunities. The US is prioritizing STEM talent, so pathways for tech workers and researchers are getting more attention. Remote work and hybrid jobs. Some work visas are being adapted for remote or hybrid roles, but you still need a US-based employer or entity. Top tips for success. Start early. Some visas, like H-1B, have strict deadlines and lotteries. Keep your documents organized. Missing paperwork can delay your application for months. Consult an immigration attorney, especially for complicated cases or if you're changing status. Be honest and accurate. Any false information can get you banned from future applications. Network and research employers. Some companies are more experienced with sponsorship and can help guide you. Plan for delays and backup options. Visa processing can be unpredictable. Always have a plan B. Common mistakes to avoid. Applying for the wrong visa type. Make sure you meet all eligibility requirements. Missing deadlines or quotas. Some visas have annual caps. Don't wait until the last minute. Assuming you can work on a tourist visa, never work on a B1, B2 or ESTA. This can get you deported and banned. Not maintaining your status. Always renew your visa or EAD before it expires and follow all rules. FAQs. Can I switch employers on a work visa? Sometimes, but you may need your new employer to file a new petition. How long does it take to get a work permit? It varies. EADs can take 3 to 6 months, while H-1Bs and others depend on processing times and quotas. Do I need a lawyer? Not always, but it can help, especially for tricky cases or self-sponsorship. Final thoughts. Getting a US work permit in 2025 can be complicated, but it's more possible than ever with the right info and preparation. Start early, stay organized, and don't be afraid to ask for help. Remember, every year thousands of newcomers successfully navigate this process, and you can too. If you have questions about work permits, want to share your own experience, or need more tips, drop them in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more real-life advice and stories about thriving in America. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching. We hope you found this video helpful as you prepare for your move to the United States. If you found value in the information and advice provided, please consider supporting the podcast on Patreon. Your donations will allow us to continue creating new episodes and videos to help even more people with their relocation to America. Just visit patreon.com/movingtotheus to sign up. Until next time, best of luck with your move.